we have an Instacart order coming,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll probably just pause this when it gets here.
Okay.
I wanted to mention that because we're going to be hearing notifications.
Yep.
Somebody who is shopping for you today has worked with you in the past with Instacart, and you gave them a 5-star review, so I'm excited about this.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get to Dustbowl Revival and my time with the birthday girl, but we got to talk about Dutch ovens, which I believe we discussed yesterday, but I'm going further down the Dutch oven rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I have a Lodge one that I really like.
A Lodge one?
That's the company that makes it.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say large, but you said Lodge.
No.
Like, okay.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's great. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But my issue is you can't really cook tomato sauce in just a regular cast iron one because of the acidity.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to start doing more things like pastas in the Dutch oven.
Yeah.
Also, chicken recipes that require some tomato sauce. Like I forgot the name of it, but that guy who does Not Another Cooking Channel, who focuses a lot on Italian recipes.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. He has one that looks interesting where... Oh. Okay.
That was quick.
Yeah, well, it's only 3 items, babes.
It is.
We're getting ginger root.
Heavy whipping cream.
And tomato paste. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The dude from Not Another Cooking Channel has a recipe. I don't remember the name of it, but it's chicken with tomato sauce.
Uh-huh.
And I believe he used a Dutch oven for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I think it would really enhance my cooking to have an enameled one. We've talked about this in the past, but I'm in it now, and I'm doing research.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a video from that dude, Brian, where he's talking about different kitchen tools.
Yep.
And he has one, La Cura or something. I checked into it. It's like $450.
Oh, really?
Yeah. America's Test Kitchen also recommends it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they say if you treat it right, it'll last you a lifetime. But still, that's a lot of money. America's Test Kitchen, their second place one was from Cuisinart. And that's like $100. So I might end up getting that one. I don't know if that'll last me a lifetime. Unless I die pretty quickly.
Oh, wow.
What do you think about this?
I don't know.
I'm probably going to give you my cast iron Dutch oven.
Uh-oh. As long as I don't cook anything acidic in the cast iron skillet.
It'll treat you very well.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, when I got mine, the paperwork said that if you season it occasionally, it could last you up to 100 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like I could pass it down to somebody in my family.
A lot of people do. In fact, in America's Test Kitchen, they were saying that a lot of people they know have Dutch ovens that their grandparents had and were just passed down through the generations.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And what do you season it with? Do you season it with oil?
Oil, sometimes salt. A lot of people do coarse salt with it with oil when it's still hot.
Yeah.
So they'll put it on, they'll just, put the salt on, and they'll take a paper towel and pour some oil on it and then rub it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oil is good for my electric skillet, but what I also learned is you can put it on high with nothing on it, and you just have it on high for 4 to 5 minutes, and then you turn the heat down, and it's supposed to keep it clean.
Yep. Same with the Dutch oven, basically.
Yep.
You are not going to get my cast iron skillet.
No.
But I would highly recommend you buying one because they're good to have too.
They are, but they're so heavy. I know. Because I've used one before.
That's the only thing with cast iron, that and the acidity.
And they are good for, like, if you're making breakfast on the stove. They do hold and heat very well. I've used it to make eggs.
Nice.
But I like eggs, so But
Another notification. Okay. Let's see.
Cool.
All right, so we got like 15 minutes before he gets here.
Nice.
He or she?
He.
Nice.
Yeah. He.
Okay. Did your parents use cast iron when you were a kid?
I don't believe so. I think they just use regular pans, and they just use like a steel wool to scour their pans, which is good. If you want to do that. My mom said that she used an electric skillet when she made vegetables and different things.
Interesting.
And she said she loved it. And I am thankful that she got me this lovely electric skillet.
Yeah, it is good.
It is good. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. And I've learned that cleaning it isn't too hard because I've been kind of wiping things down with paper towels, and that's good. But if you have something caked on, it's good to use like the rougher end of a kitchen sponge, and that seems to do the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, don't do that with cast iron. If you have to wash it, just use the spongy end. Don't use the abrasive part of it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So again, I've said this before.
Yeah.
The myth that you can't use soap with cast iron, there's a little bit of truth in that, but it's based on old stuff when we used to put more lye into soap.
Yeah.
I don't wash it every time because they still say don't wash it every time you use it.
Yeah.
Just maybe coat it with some oil and salt.
Yeah.
But when, it's a bit grimy, then you can wash it out.
Oh, yeah, because...
But don't use abrasives, though.
Don't use the rougher end of the sponge.
No.
Okay. I think it's okay with an electric skillet. Because it's not that abrasive.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I get it. The cast iron skillet, you got to be careful.
We got to figure out how I'm going to get my cast iron over to you.
I don't know. Well, don't rush into giving it to me yet. And I also have to figure out where I'm going to put that thing. I can't believe you lost the grip, Bob.
No, that's to the skillet, not to the Dutch oven.
Oh, well, you said cast iron skillet, and I said I can't believe that you lost the grip.
Okay, well, I still love you, babes.
Okay.
That's why they have gloves on you. Oven mitts on you.
I know that.
Yeah.
And I've got some nice rubber of gloves.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
The silicone ones. Is it silicone or silicone? I think it is.
I think it's silicone.
Yeah, silicone ones. I keep getting it mixed up with Silicon Valley, like Silicon Valley.
Interesting.
But it's silicone. Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are coming over to my place on Tuesday. Yes. I have to decide what I'm going to make you.
I'm fine with whatever you make because you haven't made me anything I didn't like.
That's good.
Yet.
Besides for that one time when we did
chow mein,
yeah.
Yeah, but that was a mistake that we didn't realize.
And I followed the recipe to a T with that one.
And we figured out what it was.
Yeah, the person in the recipe used way too much fish sauce.
Ugh, yeah. It was too salty, but we figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
And was it pad thai or chow mein that we were making?
It's chow mein.
Chow mein, okay.
Yeah, I think you've had my pad thai before.
I don't remember, actually.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't remember. But the chow mein that we made the second time turned out really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember if we had pad thai. I forgot.
I've never made pad thai in my Dutch oven before.
Huh.
But I bet you could. That might be something to try there, little Jaylo. But we'll cross that road when we get to it.
I mean, I would be happy with having your fried chicken and cornbread, honestly.
That's a possibility.
Fried chicken and like some small potatoes or something.
I've also thought about pasta or deep dish pizza, but I'll come up with something.
Either way, I love your cooking, so
Thank you.
I really don't have any preference. Your spaghetti is like one of my favorite things that you make me.
Thank you. Yeah, and in all honesty, you already know this. I completely ripped off my recipe from Laura Vitale.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure she wants everybody to use a recipe. By the way, did she ever come out with the recipe for vanilla cake?
You know what? I forget if she did. I know that she's been talking about it for a while.
Yeah, it would be good to have because I like vanilla cakes on occasion.
Because she said in some of her videos that she does a really good vanilla cake. So we'll check into it after this. We can just type in Laura in the kitchen vanilla cake and see what comes up.
Yeah, because I like a good vanilla cake with chocolate frosting on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
She's very Italian.
She is very Italian, and I remember when she did a recipe with her grandma, and she did this like Italian pound cake. And I kind of liked how they were going back and forth with each other in Italian. Yes.
I wish I knew Italian.
I also liked Giada De Laurenti's recipe. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Oh.
But she has a show, I think it's called Giada at Home.
Yeah.
And she makes some really good like Italian stuff. As
much as I hate the new name Max,
yeah,
I am glad that I'm going to have all the food and cooking channels, Food Network and cooking channel stuff in one spot. Also with the HBO stuff. Yeah. That's going to be good.
But it's so funny. So when I watch Giada's recipes, which you will probably be watching more of, I like how she pronounces the pasta names because she's also Italian, and she's like spaghetti and mascarpone, and it's
nice. I need to get back to watching Selena plus Chef because for some reason I stopped watching in season 3, and it wasn't I hate this show now. I just got mixed up with other things, and now there's the 4th season is out.
Does she have it on a food channel?
It's on HBO Max.
No, I know that, but is she connected with the Food Network?
No. I mean, I guess now she is because they're owned by the same company. But no, it's just an HBO Max original.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know who else I also like to watch is Trisha Yearwood. And I don't know if she still has a cooking show out, but I like a lot of her Southern stuff.
Yeah, you told me that before. Oh, what are they saying now?
Hold on.
Wear
and
a
Valerie
mask.
Bertinelli's. Yeah. Everybody's not wearing masks anymore.
I know. That's crazy.
I don't get that.
The pandemic is over.
Yeah. Everybody's going out and about in their boots.
Don't wear masks.
I know.
Or leave it as an option, but don't,
I couldn't believe it.
Make it to where you have to. Go ahead.
Loves, I have to tell you something. The other day, I don't know, it might have been somebody's driver or something, and they came into the commission, and they asked about a mask policy, and I'm thinking...
I was there.
Were you there?
Yeah. Remember, this was not the other day. It was a couple of weeks ago.
Not that one.
Okay. This was a newer one.
You weren't there, actually. But somebody had to go... I think somebody had to go to the bathroom, and they asked... the person at the front desk, what is your mask policy? And I'm like, and they said, well, people can wear them or not, but if people want to wear them, they're here.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, I am glad that they have options for people if they prefer to do that, but a lot of people are not wearing them anymore.
Exactly.
Walking through the grocery store was not like it was 3 years ago, 2 years ago even.
What do you mean?
Well, no, because three years ago, I think it was, or it might have been in 2021, my mom and I went to Ross, and we had to keep our masks on at Ross, and we had to keep them on at Fred Meyer. And it was just like, it was so hard to breathe. And
it made sense back then, but now it's time to move on. Unless you do have major underlying health issues. I get that.
No, I think if you have major underlying health issues, you should just stay home. That's how
I do too, but that's not always an option for people.
And also, too, if you wear a mask on there, and they're not going to tell you this, but especially if you wear a fabric mask, you might be, the people may not get your sickness, or maybe they could, but you're actually breathing in your junk, and it's keeping it. It may be keeping it from getting on somebody, but you're breathing in your junk and it's getting on your mask.
I hear what you're saying, but maybe for short-term use, right?
Yeah.
In this day and age, if you have to go out, then it's possible in certain situations wearing a mask might be the right thing for you. But for the general population in 2023,
yeah,
it's time to drop the masks.
I would agree.
Yes. Oh, that might be the thing. I'm going to pause.
Hello?
They're on their way up?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to have to pause this soon. And what were we talking about before mask? It was cooking channel stuff?
It was Selena plus Chef. And you're thinking, and I was talking to you also about Laura Vitale and Giada and vanilla cake.
I saw a recipe from the kitchen for this chicken casserole with, I want to say, quinoa that looked pretty good.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll do that next weekend.
I like the kitchen. I also like, I think it's called Sunny in the Kitchen. She has her own cooking show.
Oh, God.
No, she's not so, like... she's not like too much on her own cooking show, but she definitely wants to steal the show in the kitchen.
There's a lot of people, babes, I've noticed, and then we will pause this, who just need a lot of attention in life, and not just celebrities. I've known many people like that in real life.
Bubs, that one guy that you met the other day, the one who you thought was my friend.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I felt when I met him. Like, he wanted all the attention. And, you know, people like that are nice, but they can get a little too much if it's like, all eyes on me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the life of the party. I also want everybody to look at me and pay attention. And
it's exhausting.
It's really exhausting. I know. It sucks the life out of the room. When you got people that, light up a room when they come in and they don't realize it. And then you got the people that are like, want to be the center of attention and everybody notices it, and it's like, would you please tone it down?
And on that note, we're going to pause this, maybe return to that conversation in a minute or two.
Yes.
Bye for white now. All right. Back again in the house again.
Yeah.
Back again. Did you ever get into Dilated Peoples?
No.
Okay.
No, it just sounds like a funny name for a band.
They're the ones who did that song Back Again. In the house again. Back again. They also have that song with Guru, If Worst Comes to Worst. If worst comes to worst, my peoples comes first.
Yeah, no, I can't say that I have heard of them.
Okay.
But that's just me.
I think they also had a couple of tracks with Planet Asia, if I remember correctly.
Planet Asia?
Yeah. But you don't listen to Planet Asia.
I do not.
Oh.
Sorry, I do not.
Don't matter if I'm right or wrong. I'm just trying to get my hustle on. Put my people on. Anyways.
This is really interesting.
What's up?
So we just heard from Instacart.
I thought you were going to say me talking about Planet Asia and Dilated Peoples.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I like to shift it a little bit here. No, but I actually have I need to ask my instructors on Tuesday why this is, because when I use Instacart on my phone, the notifications go to my iPad, but I put the notifications on in settings. So unless I'm doing something wrong, the notification should get to my phone.
That's weird.
But I need to ask them that.
You think it would go to both, too.
I know, because sometimes people have texted me and they've gone to both my phone and iPad because they're both connected.
Yeah.
So I need to ask them that. It's
I don't
very
know,
confusing.
babes.
I'm glad that I got that fixed with my sister, because I couldn't send her messages, and that's because SMS wasn't on in my settings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about people who take up space in the room.
Yes.
Because that's kind of where we left off.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that over the years, I've had a lot of people like that in my life.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
And to some extent, I think that goes back to early childhood stuff. Mm-hmm. Because both my parents were kind of like that.
So, okay, so I know that there are people that light up a room, but they don't know it.
Mm-hmm. We said that like 2 minutes
Hold
ago.
on. I was trying to make a point here.
Okay, go ahead.
But then there was also the people that take up too much of the attention. But what about the people that are like too cool for the room, as you've explained it? Is that like the opposite of that?
I don't know. I was mainly just thinking about right now the people who take attention. Yeah. I don't really focus on the people who are too cool for the room. This relates to a realization I had in the shower this morning.
Oh.
Or when I was cleaning up.
Okay.
You know how I've always complained that I get sucked into playing guessing games with people?
Yes.
Well, maybe I should have realized this when I was younger, but I didn't. There are people in my life who I've come to the realization I have to get over. Mm-hmm. Meaning, I don't have to hate them till the end of eternity, right? And I can still not talk to them.
Right.
But the thought in my mind in the past has been, yes, but these people are going to keep engaging me and keep engaging me. Uh-huh. And that's why I have to keep them in my thoughts.
Right.
But what I kind of realized was people who like playing guessing games eventually will stop talking to you if you're just not willing to participate in guessing games with them.
Yeah, or you could just keep them at arm's length, and so they figure out, okay, well, maybe I can't engage them in this area, but I can engage them in another area.
Well, sometimes, but I think more often than not, the solution is don't be in contact with them. Right. Like, block them out of your phone.
Yep.
If you have to.
Yep.
Send their emails to through the spam filter.
Yep.
So you won't get their emails.
Yep.
And maybe let it be known to people who also know them that you think they play a lot of guessing games. So you would prefer not to be at events where they're at.
Yeah.
And because life is strange.
Yeah.
There are always obstacles.
Yeah.
If you happen to find yourself someplace where they're at, just ignore them. Even if they come up to you. Like, just straight up. There are a couple people I'm thinking of in specific.
I just don't acknowledge them.
Yeah. If they say hi to me now, I'm just going to pretend they're not there.
Yeah, exactly. Because then they'll figure out, ooh, okay, well, wow, I guess they want to talk to me. I won't talk to you. And I won't talk to them. Yeah.
Yes, that is very rude.
Yeah.
But it's not everybody. It's a couple people. Mm-hmm. And it's based on past interactions.
Well, and then you've got the same... Yeah, and I guess that would fall into the people that say, hey, let's do something, but that they never follow through.
Yeah, so let me sort of connect this.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about people who take up all the attention.
Yep.
And a theme I've noticed, maybe not with everybody, but most people who fall into that category are also usually big fans of playing guessing games.
You're right.
Have you noticed that too?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's like you could never know where they stand on certain things when it comes to you and your friendship or whatever. And it's like you're the one who wants to put effort into it, but you never know where they're standing. You never know where they are.
So if I just decide I'm not going to hang out with people who play guessing games.
Yep.
I can just make that a theme of my life.
Yep.
And obviously, themes keep coming up in your existence, I think, right? Mm-hmm. So it's easy for me to say that and maybe cut some people out, but eventually other folks are going to come into my life who really like guessing games.
Yeah.
But once I realize that, because it might take a minute or two, I just say, I'm not going to interact with these people any more than I have to, and I'm not going to give them any fuel. And maybe they'll keep coming around for a while.
Yeah.
But eventually, they're just going to move on because if I'm not playing guessing games with them...
Then they're going to figure it out. And I think that they could possibly be in the category of toxic people.
I would say that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean... so my sister and I were having a conversation the other day of women that are catty.
It was this older or younger sister?
Doesn't matter. Oh, a twin.
Okay.
She's not that much older than me. You said a both yesterday, bud. Anyway, let's continue. We were talking about how some women, yes, there are some women that do have our best interests, but some women are really catty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they will do whatever they can to get in between a girl and her boyfriend, a girl and her man, a girl and another friendship with a girl. Very catty, very manipulative. And that's the kind of thing that I have to be careful with, too, when it comes to women. So, yeah, women can play... I think they all belong in the toxic category.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I do think, especially as I get older, you don't want to engage in too much gossip.
Oh, I hate gossip. I
hate
it so much.
It's what you're saying. It's catty.
Yeah.
It's a toxic thing.
It's very toxic.
Now, having said that,
a
little gossip here and there. You don't want to overdo it.
I think there's like a...
But
what?
A little bit, I think, can be... in some sense, a good thing because it can also act as like a valve.
Well, I think
you're releasing this tension by talking about something else.
think that there's a fine line between venting and gossip because even gossip could be like saying something positive about somebody. Like even if it's true. Like maybe I should give an example. Like if, for example, if a mom was comparing her child to somebody else's child, but the only thing she can say about her child is positive things. And it makes sense because she would, but then she'll say negative things about the other child. If that makes any sense.
Let me try to reword this.
Yeah.
You have a mom who notices that there's a child who acts up. So she's kind of gossiping about that kid while at the same time saying that her child is well behaved. So maybe it could be something like your mom talks to you and there's somebody roughly around your age and your mom's friends with that person's mom. And this other person, the kid of the other mom, like doesn't believe in Jesus and is all about, hanging out in the club, doing X, opening up her legs to every man who comes across. And she looks at you and she's like, but Jaylo, you got a great man. And because of his influence, I think you're doing well in life.
Maybe I should...
Is that good?
Maybe I should specify. Let's say, for example, and I've actually had this happen. People in my family have compared me to other blind kids. Okay. Whether or not it's true that one of these blind kids or my friends were dressing sophisticatedly, or they had these weird mannerisms, like they're rocking back and forth, and a lot of people do. I guess it's like a self-soothing thing.
It's a blindism.
It's a blindism, but it's also self-soothing. Or they don't look before they sit down, or they don't touch the chair before they sit down, or whatever it is, right? And I've or they've done the opposite where they'll say, "Oh, you have to do it like you have to do this like so and so," as if that's like the thing that all blind people need to do. And I didn't really appreciate that, actually. Mm-hmm. I thought it was gossipy, and I also thought that it was very competitive. And I'm like, I kind of feel like in some ways that could have pit me against my friends, and I didn't like that.
But okay, I thought this was you're trying to give examples about when gossip was good.
No, I meant good and bad. Okay. Maybe good isn't the right word.
Let me give an example then of when gossip can be good.
But that's not what I'm trying to. But I wasn't trying to. Okay, but go on.
But you did say that. Well, here's an example of when it's good, or something to that effect.
No, I said there's a fine line between venting and gossip.
Okay, and then you were trying to give an example.
And then I was trying to give an example of, well, they could be saying, not that it's good, but it could be somewhat positive for somebody else. Okay, go on.
Okay. So here's what I consider a positive example of blindness, which I'm sure a lot of people, keeping it real, most people on the left would probably say is toxic.
Okay.
But I'm a human.
We all are.
And I am an imperfect being trying to figure out the perfection of the universe, as some might say. Okay. So here we go. You don't want to do this all the time.
Yeah.
Because you can get caught up in comparing yourself to others, but we all do it.
Yeah.
So let's say I have a bad blind day. Yeah. Right? And everybody in the blind community knows what I mean by that. Sighted people might not. So really quickly, it's when things just go wrong in a certain way that implies if you weren't blind, you wouldn't be having a shitty day.
Right.
Okay? I go upstairs and I call one of my friends. I say, I did this thing and I didn't realize how bad it was because, I couldn't see this or whatnot. And then they say to me, so-and-so is even worse than you. Like, you think you're so bad at this, but so-and-so can't even figure out how to wash their own hair. And I say, really? And they're like, yeah, I talked to them. They don't know how to wash their own face or their own hair.
I'm going to talk about that a little bit more.
Don't feel too bad about what you did. Is it gossip? Is it maybe using some toxic language against somebody else in my community? Yes. But is it beneficial in that moment? Also, yes.
It could be. It could be if you use it in a positive way, even though I try not to do that because it's really not, I don't know. I could look at myself and say, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, let me just give some context to what you just said.
No.
What?
No, go ahead.
No.
I'm joking, babes. Keep going.
What he's referring to is that actually somebody did contact me on Thursday evening, which
we mentioned it yesterday briefly.
I know. Okay. But this is what you were referring to, and I know that we're referring to that again. And I privately told you this. And it was just, I'm thinking to myself, to me, it sounded like people were trying to give this person pointers on how to act and look presentable, especially if they're going to find a job.
Basically, this lady, who's older than I am, doesn't know how to wash her own face or hair.
She's only a few months older than you.
That's what some people believe. What, babes? I said some people believe that.
Ow,
sorry.
Ow.
I put my
actually several people believe
elbow down on your ankle on accident.
That was my foot.
Sorry, babes. Some people believe that she's a couple months older than me.
She is. She's a few
Others
months older
believe that it's a wider gap than that.
Hey, Bubs. It is not my fault that you didn't.
I'm expressing a series of beliefs here. I'm saying some people believe this, others don't. Okay. But this lady does not know how to wash their own face or hair. Mm-hmm. And so maybe that's what I was making reference to.
Yeah.
In my example.
Yeah, and because I have women in my family that really did care about being presentable, I thank them so much that I learned all that stuff when I was much younger. Because had I not known that, I probably would have been made fun of even into my adulthood. Yeah. And I'm thankful. And even another thing, remember one of my friends mentioning that he appreciated that my hair was neatly brushed?
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, that was at the...
Remember that's a dude who's uncomfortable with his blindness.
Yes. He's still trying to figure that out. But You can't blame him for that. Yeah, because he noticed that sometimes when people would go into the center, are you moving?
Yeah, I'm very fidgety, as you know, and I always like rock my leg back and forth.
Okay.
Not always, but
it's not like a major blindism that you can't.
If it was a blindism things, babes, I would rock my body back and forth.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, but that was a compliment to me when he said that he appreciated that my hair was always looking nicely brushed.
Yeah, but okay. Am I allowed to say what I really believe? Oftentimes.
No. I already know how you feel about this.
Okay.
About him.
Here's what I feel about people who are uncomfortable with their blindness in general. I asked you if I'm allowed, and I just start doing it anyway. Is they'll say things that should be common sense, but they'll think it's this profound thing just because they're still getting used to being blind.
Yeah, I wouldn't get on this person for that.
I'm talking about people in general who are uncomfortable with blindness or their specific vision loss.
Can I finish my thought?
Okay, go ahead.
After you interrupted me and but I thought it was interesting because I did not know that there were blind people coming into the center that did not brush their hair and they looked more disheveled than anything, and that's not good, especially if you're trying to be gainfully employed. Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to say until you interrupted me.
I did not interrupt you. Maybe I did.
Yes, you did.
It's time to move on, babes. Let's not dwell on the past. You once told a girl to shut up.
I did.
And I ended up going out on a date with her. I did not know that she was a Mormon.
You didn't know she was kind of special.
I didn't know she was kind of special. Everybody else besides Rick knew that.
Yeah.
Even one of my friends who's like really bad at picking up stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason we're bringing her up, babes, is because she didn't know what to do with her hair.
Oh, yeah. It was always very unkempt. I would imagine it was very tangly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, she should have known that because she went to school with me and, teachers notice that stuff. Not only did she not do that with her hair, but she had this thing where, and I don't know if she does this, and I hope she doesn't do that. She had this thing where she would wear the same exact clothes, 2 days in a row, which I think is kind of gross.
Did you ever think about taking her under your wing when you were at the school? Okay.
No, because I'm thinking that's her mother's job. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be somebody else's mother because I have my own issues to contend with. I have my own personal care to deal with. I don't need to worry about somebody else's personal care.
Nice.
I honestly think, as nice as she is, I honestly think she was just very, very sheltered.
Oh.
It's very sad. I really believe that a person who is sheltered all their life, it really does stunt their mental growth and emotional growth. It really does, I think.
You got to see some of the world and a little bit of the grime.
Uh-oh. Well, and then you got to brush your hair, too.
Hopefully.
And change your clothes once in a while.
Once in a while.
Actually, not once in a while. More than that, every day. You know what I mean? I
hear you, babes.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about doing that with anybody when you were a student, being a mentor to somebody?
No. I wouldn't do that unless someone asked me to. I just couldn't I wouldn't do that unless someone said, hey, could you help me out with some things that I need help with? Or I would offer people help with like Braille or whatever it is. And I say, hey, if you need any help, I'm here for you. But I never, put myself out there and say, oh, I'd love to be your mentor or I'd love for you to be my project.
Here's a movie idea. A girl who has been mainstreamed but blind all of her life goes to a blindness school, right?
Yeah.
And she's attractive. Mm-hmm. So even in the mainstream school, she was kind of this like badass bitch who could get all these guys. Uh-oh. But now her parents moved to a different state. She's in the blind school. And she decides to go up to one of these blind girls and take her under her wing. And we see like a total makeover of this blind girl who can't do her hair, doesn't know about washing her face. And then suddenly she's picking up all these guys. And the original girl and her start a feud.
Ooh, that's almost like Clueless Blind Edition or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That might be a good premise. Mm-hmm. You don't see that in movies, like one girl with a disability and another girl, the same one, get into a feud.
That'd be great.
And it's like, oh, I because of me, you became more popular, and now nobody wants to be around me. I think that'd be fun.
And what happens is the girl who comes into this situation who's been mainstreamed, maybe we'll call her mainstream Molly. She's a little intense and she can be kind of rude sometimes just because she's a teenage girl. Yeah. But she still means well in life. She's not evil, obviously, because she's helping this one out. But the girl who's being helped out kind of gets a little bit too full of herself.
Oh.
And so that's why she starts the feud with Molly. And eventually she realizes, maybe through a bad relationship, that she and Molly should be friends again. And they end up teaming up against the blind dude and embarrassing him at the graduation ceremony at the blind school.
Because he's a bully?
Yeah, or he's trying to chase after all these girls.
Oh, like the blind, the flirt, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So they want to both get back at him. Mm-hmm. Because he was trying to play both of them.
He was trying to play both of them, and the one girl kind of lost herself because she was perceived as beautiful all of a sudden because of Molly's help.
Okay, so
she's mainstream Molly because she was mainstreamed until mid-high school when her parents moved to a different state and the state forced her to go into the blind school.
And what should we give to the, what name should we give the unpopular girl?
Amy.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what we call this movie.
We'll come over there, but it actually sounds like a really good premise.
Blind Betrayal, maybe. But that sounds like a Lifetime television
Blind
movie.
Betrayal sounds like a
Lifetime film.
Like a Lifetime.
I mean, we want this to be a comedy, not a
maybe it should be called something like I know there was a series called Popular, but maybe it should be called Unpopular. I don't know.
Unpopular the Blind Edition.
Unpopular Blind Edition.
Something like that.
Well, there was a series called Popular, but I don't want to copy that.
Seeing isn't believing. I don't know.
I'll have to think of a clever blindness pun to name this movie, I think.
Yes.
After we write Oh Goodness.
Yeah, you can watch. Anyways, I'm glad I came to that realization this morning.
Yeah.
That all I have to do is not play guessing games. Mm-hmm. And it might take a while, but people will just stop being interested in playing guessing games with me.
Yeah. Oh,
what's up?
That's another premise of a movie, Bubs.
What's that?
About people who play guessing games with other people.
Whose perspective do you tell the story from, though?
We could, if you wanted to write a script on that, you could tell the person who is meeting people that play guessing games.
Yeah.
And then in the other half of the movie, you tell it from the perspective of the person who's doing the guessing games.
That's possible. I think that might be more like a dark novel. Like somebody who just doesn't get why people don't want to play guessing games with him.
It's almost like he's just not that into you, except it's for the general population.
Yeah, so maybe you have a story about a guy who's like a really bad musician up in Boulder and decides to hold dinners in the dark. and play guessing games with people and use it as an excuse. And he, gives them dark chocolate, but you also have to play some guessing games with him. And then things start to go awry. I mean, we're just spitballing ideas here.
Bubs, I already know what you're alluding to.
Uh-oh.
I know you well enough.
And eventually he drives the staff crazy, even though one of the guys on the staff is like a painter from Minnesota who won't stop talking about his bitchy wife.
And he's a vegan?
Yeah.
Oh, and then you have to have Katy Perry guest star.
That's right, because of all of her craziness.
Oh my, okay.
And then things come to a head at TEDx. Like 3 months later, when he tells one of his staff members that the vegan guy with the cunt wife won't be at TEDx, but she really is. Oh my
goodness. Okay, Bob, that's enough. I think it's heavily based on your real life there.
Uh-oh. Maybe he could call the organization Blind Cafe or something. I don't know.
Bob.
What's up?
Stop it.
We're just spitballing.
No, it's heavily based on your life.
Uh-oh.
A little too much.
Well, I love you, babes.
Okay. Oh, I know. Okay. Do you want the dorky girl to be Amy, or do you want the dorky girl to be like
Abigail?
Amanda,
yeah.
I like the name Abigail.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else we could do instead of that guessing games, babes? We could have a guessing game where the person who likes to play guessing game is like running a blindness training center and running their youth services program. And it turns out that he has sex with some of the students.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
Anyways, these are just ideas. These aren't based on people.
Yes, it is.
No, they're not.
Bubs, I know you.
Oh.
I know the way you think. I think I figured it out in almost 5 years here.
No. We like to pretend here. There's no truth in any of this.
Yeah, we could call them Molly and Amanda.
Molly and Amanda. I like that. Maybe that's just the name of the movie.
Molly and Amanda?
Yeah, I know it's not as catchy as Blind Deception. But again, that's also a Lifetime.
Well, I don't want to name it like Blind Witness because that's already a movie, and I don't want to name it like Blinded by Love because that just sounds like a bad romance novel, and I don't want to name it Blindsided because The Blind Side was a movie.
Sightless Slapdown. How about that?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't like it. Blind Trust.
That also sounds like a Lifetime thing.
We'll come up with it.
Yeah. Well, I love you, babes.
Blinded by unpopularity.
Oh my, that's a little bit too long. Popular and blind.
Maybe it should be called Unnoticed.
Oh, how about Blind and Unkind?
No.
Oh.
No, I every time I hear names like with blind in it, it just sounds very like novel / I'm sorry. It sounds very Lifetime-ish and yeah.
How about Not Without My Cane?
What? Not Without My Cane?
Mm-hmm. Maybe like one of the taglines they keep saying in the movie is I gotta go someplace, but not without my cane.
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, I still love you, babes.
Extreme Makeover Blind Edition.
I don't know, but give me a kiss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
Okay, I love you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babes.
Yeah.
Your mom called you last night.
She did.
And you put her on speakerphone. I say hi. Then I mention that so your mom is doing something really cool.
Mm-hmm.
In the Philippines, she is volunteering at a blindness school. But they have one brailler and all the students are using slate and stylus.
They didn't have a brailler at all.
I thought your mom said they had a brailler.
No, she said she knew someone she asked her friend to get one, and she's gonna buy one.
Gotcha.
They don't have one right now. The kids, from what I understand, the kids only use slate and styluses, and they've never learned how to use a brailler.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, we find this out. I tell you, contact this organization.
I gotta go check my email back too, by the way.
I reach out to some people.
Mm-hmm.
Mom calls because it's your birthday last night, and I say to her, hey, we're really checking into that Braille thing to getting you guys some Braillers. And immediately I hear from Alana, yeah, Mom, I emailed this place, and Mom, I'm wanting a cake, and Mom...
What? I wanted to tell her what's going on.
You made it seem like I wasn't doing anything.
No, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to tell her what was going on my end.
I know, it's just having fun. I almost said your mom's name. Oh, Alana's mom. We're working on it. Yeah, Mom, I'm on your case, Mom. I'm on your case. I am on your case.
No, I wasn't. I was just telling her what was on my end. But
I know. I was just trying to get reaction. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mom, I'm working on it really hard. Just me. I wish I had some help, but I don't. But Mom, I'm working real hard, Mom.
Come on. Of course you're working hard to find one.
I wish I had some help, but nobody...
Did you tell her that you were asking around from, you're asking your friends?
No, I couldn't get a word in. I said your mom's name, I think, and I said, we're trying to find some Braillers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I love you, babes.
I was also going to suggest to you, like, if she did like a fundraising page on Facebook, maybe.
Yeah.
There's also a couple of things she could do GoFundMe, but there's also another one called Give, Send, Go, and it's also a really good way to fundraise.
If she does, I'll share it on my Facebook page for sure, and I'll tell people to donate. I might even put in some cash because it is a really good cause.
It certainly is, and it really is. It amazes me that there are people in other countries, and I've had this conversation with my teacher the other day. It might have been yesterday. She said that she grew up in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And this is going to be like, what? I can't believe it. She until she was 20 years old, she did not grow up with any blind kids. And back in the day, before we were even around, they would institutionalize these kids and put them in blind schools, separated from mainstream kids, because they didn't know what to do.
Absolutely.
And they had, unfortunately, they had backwards a backwards way of thinking about how to help them. But she did say that I believe the U.S., England, Australia, and New Zealand are the only 4 countries that really do have great services for disabilities.
Even though sometimes if you're blind, you'll be sent to a mental institution.
In one of the countries?
In the U.S.
Well, I mean, back in the day they did, yeah.
But when we say back in the day, it's a long time ago to somebody who's like 20, but it's within our lifetime. There were kids who were blind and sent to actual mental institutions.
Yeah, because my former blind school used to be an institution before.
Right, but I'm talking about, it's not buildings in some parts of the country that used to be institutions. There were parts of this country in, I know of the 80s, maybe even later, where you would be sent to an active mental institution if you were blind. I've heard stories about it. I don't know this firsthand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. And in the Philippines, unfortunately, and even my mom can attest to it, they don't have a lot of services that could help them. Mm-hmm. And then I told my teacher about the story, and tell me if I mentioned this here, because I might have. There was a woman who was in college, and her dad went to all of her classes with her.
You mentioned something like that. I can't remember if it was here or in real life.
And I was talking to my mom about it because I don't know if she knew this girl, but she said, "Can you believe that her dad would follow her to all of her classes?" And I said, No, I can't. Because I wouldn't want any of my parents to follow me to my classes because I need, I should know where they are.
I feel sorry for your mom in a sense, babes, because correct me if I'm wrong, but when she went to high school, didn't her parents move in like right across to college? Her parents moved right across the street from the university. Am I remembering that right?
Yeah, they did. I mean, my grandfather was very protective. They didn't let he didn't let his kids, him and my grandma's kids, he didn't let them stay over at their friend's house, and I kind of understand that just because they live in a different country and they were, the way that they raise their kids is very strict. Oh. But when when my aunt and my aunt and my mom went to college, he moved the family across the street from the university so he could make sure that they were okay. And I think it's a little too extreme, honestly.
That's a lot too extreme.
That is.
Yeah.
But my grandpa was very, from what I've been hearing, was very strict.
Oh.
Yeah.
Besides from me, how old were you the last time you got a spanking?
I don't remember.
Oh, and I do it for fun. Give me a kiss.
No, I don't want you to.
Okay, give me a kiss.
Because I don't want a spanking.
Okay, give me a kiss.
No.
I love you there. Jaylo spanking. I was joking about that. I was joking about that. I don't believe in anything like that. We don't even kiss. That we just make those noises.
We did. We just did kiss.
No, we made noises. I don't want people to think that I'm a loose gentleman. We've only been together 5 years, babes.
Almost.
I believe, babes,
yeah?
that a man shouldn't even kiss a woman until they get married.
Oh, Bubs, you know what?
And honestly,
sorry.
Bubs. Honestly, if we're going to take it for real, babes, if we're going to be for real, I think a man should save the kissing until the wedding night, because to kiss somebody in public...
Okay, Buzz, you're just mocking. You're mocking.
Sorry.
You are just mocking those people, Bubs.
Oh.
Look, I think it's kind of weird, but if that's what they want to do to keep themselves pure, then I think that's better than them having cheating on each other and getting in trouble with each other. I don't know. I think it's something I wouldn't do, but if somebody wants to do that, that's on them. Okay,
you're really big in the Christian community, meaning you know a lot of people from that world.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to or heard of somebody going to a wedding where the couple thought it was too extreme to kiss the bride?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No, that is just insane. That's just
You may now shake the hand of the bride.
That's weird. No, by then it should be. By then it's okay to kiss the bride.
Yeah.
But I remember my former friend saw this video where the husband and wife they just became husband and wife, and they never kissed each other, and they were kissing each other at the altar, and it looked very, very awkward. And I thought that was kind of funny.
Nice.
I was like, I'm sorry, but a friendship is different than a relationship. A romantic relationship.
In some ways, I want to become a Christian minister so I can marry people and say, you may now bounce.
Oh my goodness, Bubs.
With
you're
everybody
mocking boy.
I'm not.
Yes, you're mocking
I'm not.
Boy.
I'd love to be.
You say sorry.
I'm sorry. I'd love to be a Christian minister who could just say, well, or I wouldn't love to be that.
You.
What? I love you. I love you.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what else?
We had some chocolate cake yesterday, which we're going to have soon, too.
Well, okay, let me explain. So, the other day, I was looking for a good chocolate cake.
Yep. Chocolate cake. Eat so much, get a tummy ache. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm with him. Go with him. Was it?
Him. To be clear, because most people aren't going to get that, we are referencing 2 different episodes of Married with Children. One, I don't even remember the plot, except Peg gets some money from Al by telling him she's going to get a chocolate cake. and the other one where he has a song stuck in his head, and I think it's the actual song is called
Anna Go With Him.
Anna Go With Him. He gets the record, and this is an episode where Matt LeBlanc is a guest star, and he breaks the record.
Oh.
Him. Him.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go on.
Him.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, go ahead. All right.
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Eat
Dad
so much
is great. Giving us chocolate cake. Anyway.
That was from
Bill Cosby Presents.
Uh-oh.
Is it either Bill Cosby Presents or Bill Cosby Presents? I think it was, because anyway, that's another story. So
don't go to bed. It's the name of the album.
Hey!
Oh, no. I think the name of the album. No, stop it. I think the name. Oh, no, hold on. I think the name of the album is It's Almost Time to Sleep. It's no. Actually, no, I remember it. We're waiting for the lutes to kick in.
Bubs!
All right, tell me the story, Babes. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't want to.
All right, then go ahead. But give me a kiss first. Come on.
Why?
Oh, because I love you.
Ugh.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So the other day I bought some groceries. This was on Thursday, and I bought a cake that was 19 ounces, but I didn't realize how small it was until I got it. And I'm like, oh man, I should have checked. And it was a frozen fudge cake from Pepperidge Farm. And I called Rick and I said, you know what? I told Rick, I said, yeah, I'm going to buy another cake because I was disappointed as to how small this cake was. So we were thinking that we were going to eat cake when we got back home from the concert, but we decided to eat it before the concert. It was pretty good.
It was.
It wasn't too sweet. It wasn't too rich. It was just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was very good.
It was.
Yeah.
And then we get ready.
I thought it was really cute, though, during the day that you were telling people, hey, today's your birthday. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was very cute.
We get a lift. The guy seemed pretty nice.
Yes, he was a very nice man.
And I forgot what country he was from.
He was from Burundi, which is in...
Africa,
somewhere in Africa. I forgot what part.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm guessing he was a fairly young guy.
I think so.
Yeah. Very nice. And he said that his roommate's birthday was the next day.
Oh?
Yeah.
We go to Doug Fir.
We go to the Doug Fir Lounge. And they have a restaurant upstairs and they have a bar downstairs.
Yeah, and the bar is connected to the venue. There's a bar upstairs too, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
But we were sitting in the restaurant section.
Well, the restaurant section is connected to the bar upstairs.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I got chicken strips.
Yep.
Alana got mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I think we've established by now that mac and cheese, I get it that a lot of people love it. It just ain't for me.
The only thing I would say about this mac and cheese, it was still very good, but I wish it would have been a little bit creamier. I
had a bite of it and I'm like, nah. I've tried to make it a few times over the last couple of years since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And I obviously had it as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's not a visceral reaction like I have to eggs, but it's not really my jam.
I'd like it, like, it wasn't dry mac and cheese that I had, but I wish it were a little bit creamier. If I went the rest of my life without eating mac and cheese, I think I'd be okay. Oh my goodness. I think you would like it. Yeah. What? We had I enjoyed the chicken strips. I did not get to try them because you ate them all. There's only 3 of them. Oh, okay. And then but I did try one of your waffle fries with ranch sauce, and it was pretty good. I thought the ranch sauce was a little bit too. It could have been a little bit thicker. Yeah. Yeah. But I like I liked it anyway. They were playing some disco music, a lot of Bee Gees, some Andrew Gibb, some other artists. Andy Gibb. Oh. There was one from Diana Ross and another one that I didn't recognize. I think that it sounded like Al Green, but I couldn't tell. And they also I highly doubt it. It was some good music. Yeah.
we tell the waitress, hey, how do we get downstairs? I think she goes over and tells the security guard who's handling the venue downstairs. He comes up to us, gives us wristband, says, hey, I'll come back for you guys in 15 minutes if you want. We're like, cool. Because we're cool. Comes back. We head downstairs. He points out where everything is. And I was a little bit concerned that there was going to be no dance floor. Luckily, it's actually the opposite. There's a couple of chairs and maybe some seating at the bar. I couldn't tell. But it's mostly, you're there to dance.
It's dancing room only. Or standing room only.
No, there's some areas to sit down.
Oh, there was? Okay.
But that's the way I like to roll when I see live music. I don't like to sit down.
Well, sometimes I do if my feet are killing me, and I asked, well, what if we want to sit down?
And he said, just go in this area, you'll find a security guard.
Yeah.
I think the reason that guy was so good, babes, is he mentioned that his older brother was blind.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why it wasn't too patronizing.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, it wasn't. He did a great job.
Yeah, and he saw us on the way out. He's like, hey, you guys good? You should head this way, just so you don't hit the fence. And we were good.
Yeah, and he said, okay, be safe going home. And I thought that was very nice.
He was great.
Yes.
He was great.
Yes.
We're there maybe for an hour before the band gets on.
Yeah. They had an opening act
called Sway
Wild.
Yes.
Yeah. And I like their stuff. They're kind of funky. They were rock. I guess in some ways they were kind of bluesy.
It reminded me of My Privilege.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's talk about that in a minute, okay? I understand that there are times where people want to use concerts as a platform to vent or whatever. But this woman who was on stage just happened to say, and me being a cisgender, heterosexual white woman, I'm like, oh, we're going to do this again.
And we can say her name because he's in a band. I think her name is Mandy Fair.
Yes.
Here's the deal. I have a lot of mixed feelings about bringing politics into the artistic field. Because if we're going to be honest, I've done that many, 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 many times before myself.
Yeah.
So I'm one to talk, right?
Yeah.
I know that politics influences culture and culture influences life.
Yeah.
And life is a basis of art.
Uh-huh.
So I totally get it. However, I also see the other perspective of if you're going to a concert, even if you're really into politics, sometimes you just want to hear music and don't want to talk about anything related to that realm of your life.
And
hear about it.
And this happened this has happened during Dustbowl Revival, and I don't really want to talk about that because that's a very touchy subject. And you already know how I feel about it. And
you already know how I feel about it. We're not on the same page.
No, we are definitely not on the same page. I get that there are things that artists are passionate about, and I don't want to take that away from them. And they do have a right to free speech, and I'm for that. However, when I go to a concert, especially if it's on my birthday, I do not want to hear about any political things because I hear about them every day, and I keep up on them every day, and all I want to do is hear great music with no politics in the middle. And they chose to do that, and that's fine, but I'm just I guess a rhetorical question is that too much to ask?
Well, and as you know, I'm of two minds on this.
Yeah.
But let me defend Mandy Fair a little bit.
Okay.
She did say that the proceeds from the song are going to a charity. I forgot the name of it, but the implication was
Black Mamas Lives Matter or something.
The implication was that it's going to help people in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you disagree with with her message, at least she's actually putting her money where her mouth is to some extent.
Yeah, I get that.
And I respect that a lot more than somebody who just says something and there's no follow through.
No, I get that.
And with the Dustbowl Revival thing, We don't have to go into it. I agree with what he said. You don't. But what he said came from a place of personal experience. So it's not like he just went up on stage and said, I hate Donald Trump. Now let's hear a song about how much I hate Donald Trump. It was based on something.
But he didn't talk about Donald Trump.
No, but I'm giving you an example because you didn't want me to talk about the real thing.
Right.
His song and his rant was based on life experience. So I respect those types of things more. And I can see the justification for doing that a lot more than somebody just coming up on stage and saying, this used to be indigenous land.
I know. Or somebody coming up on stage before they read a poem and trying to talk down to white men.
Yeah. So I would imagine, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Yes, you disagreed with what they did.
Yeah.
But maybe you can respect it a little bit more than in other situations because of where it came from.
No, I can respect it.
Okay.
I mean, I can respect that he had that experience, and I'm glad.
And maybe you can also respect that why you disagreed with what Mandy did. At least she's putting her money where her mouth is.
Exactly. Yeah. And it wasn't like the one guy at Sona Jabarti's concert that wasn't doing anything about it. It was just like, we have to take action. I'm like, what action?
Oh, it's unclear what he was
saying. It was very unclear, and I'm like, do we really have to do this before a concert that I really want to see? And it's given by a West African woman who flew all the way here to give this concert. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
But and I asked this question last night, but have you noticed, and I know that you're of two minds on this, and I get that. I people do deserve to have their free speech heard, but do you notice that a lot of people now are using like award shows and concerts to give a lot of like, and a lot of them are like, not all of them, of course.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are like meaningless woke rantings.
A lot of it is. And but here's the thing. Yes, it's free speech, but it's even more than that. It's life experience. Right. Life experience will oftentimes lead somebody to say something. And in those situations, I'm more compassionate towards it, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So, like, if I just go up on stage to get an award and I say Black Lives Matter, and I'm a cis white male and walk off stage, but then you never hear me talk about BLM again, you could say, okay, that's a free speech thing. But if I go up on stage and I say, I'm accepting this so, like, every blind child knows that they can achieve something one day. Yes, that's going to sound woke, but you also know that comes from a place of life experience.
Okay, so let me connect that to Colin Kaepernick because I think I didn't explain myself the other time.
Okay. Alana and I disagree about Colin Kaepernick.
The reason why, and no one's saying that he shouldn't have his own free speech heard.
Yeah.
But the reason why I have an issue with it is because I don't believe he experienced it. Because as far as I know, there is no evidence that he actually experienced discrimination against a white person. Now, I could be wrong, but he also was adopted by white parents who gave him the privileges that he has, and he's been to private schools. He didn't grow up, as far as I know, he didn't grow up in an urban area, and the reason why people are so up in arms about what he did is because he's just doing it to get attention. And that's exactly what I was trying to convey, and maybe it didn't come out clearly. That's the kind of person that I do not respect.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate and say we don't know his life experience. So you're saying some stuff there's a lot of truth there, right? Maybe he was adopted by successful white parents who put him in private schools, but we don't know about discrimination he may have faced from those teachers in those schools or those students. They could have used the N-word. They could have excluded him from group sports. We don't know. And I'm not saying he was for sure, but I'm saying I don't know.
Yeah.
And, he's a successful black man. We know, or we can assume, that a lot of cops don't like that. So there may have been times where he has been pulled over unjustly because he was driving a car that some white cop didn't think that he should have. And there was also an undercurrent of racism. Like, not all racists are built the same. So maybe his parents were cool with him as a black kid, but they would say discriminatory things.
Discriminatory?
Yes, which he said, against other black people.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that that's true in some cases, not all. Mm-hmm. But every time I hear these people talk, and it's not just him.
Yeah.
They want to make every white person, especially white males, guilty, the ones that are here today, guilty of something that was committed a long, long, long time ago. And now you hear white men apologizing for being white just because they're white. And I think that has further divided us racially and politically, and I don't like that. I don't like that we are now being marginalized by these people that are trying to push it.
I think there's a gray area. I'm not going to apologize for being white. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't.
I could, but I'm not going to.
You could, but you shouldn't have to.
I shouldn't have to. Having said that, now here's another area where we disagree. And I've said this before, so I'm going to sound like a broken record. While I think it's overblown, I do think that there is some truth to white privilege. I do think that it's easier being a white person in America than it is being a black person.
But I don't think white privilege was even discussed 10 years ago, really.
But maybe it should have been.
And I think that now you've got this, just like the whole cisgender thing, the non-binary thing, and then you want to lump race with that. It's just further dividing us. And it really is.
I'm not saying that there aren't people on the left who overblow this stuff. I do think you're right. But I think that saying that just because they overblow it, that doesn't mean that there's no truth to it.
But I think that, continuing on with this this race baiting and saying that it's the white man's problem and that stuff, just really horrible things you could say to anyone that's white. And even the white women that are trying to lecture other white women on how to act. It's so toxic, and I think it's further... Well, I mean, if you want to go even further, there are even black people that are going against black people for speaking their mind and speaking against what's going on with the race baiting. Because there are black people that don't like this race baiting, and they think differently, and they're not all Democrats, and they're not all Obama supporters. And they don't want the establishment black people to tell them how to think. Like for example, Al Sharpton. He's an all-out racist, and I will say that.
He is.
And so is Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
In fact, there have been black people that said that Jesse Jackson has really turned on a dime.
Well, I mean, he has. You could just look at his record.
Very much turned on a dime. Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are two of the worst offenders of racism in the black community, and especially some anti-Semitic stuff that Al Sharpton has said. And I'm glad you agree with me. But it's not solving anything to racially divide us, because we can't have an honest dialogue and actually come up with solutions.
And I think there's a lot of truth to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? There are leftists, because this is primarily people on the left, if we're keeping it real, my people, who use the race thing, and a lot of times too, I think it's unintentional.
Yeah.
It's not always that they're trying to divide us, but it is a consequence of always bringing up, I'm a cisgendered person, or because I'm white, I'm never going to understand your plight, or but babes, that doesn't mean that there isn't any truth to it.
Yeah.
And we should still have a conversation of what is white privilege, because yes, there are people who are blowing it out of proportion, but it is still a thing. Yes, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton are racist in our opinions, and we can look at their record and go through it. But that doesn't excuse white people either. So that's why I think something like this requires a lot of nuance, and it's not a simple conversation. And maybe that's why a concert venue isn't the best place to have it.
I would agree.
And also on cable news too, because you're meant to speak in like these little clips and not really. It's meant to be more of a place for people to scream at each other. Cable news, as opposed to a space to really hash it out and have a conversation or a series of conversations.
Well, not only that too. It's not just a race thing too.
Yeah,
it's religious affiliation. It's if somebody is pro-family, they're automatically ostracized. If somebody is pro-marriage, and I can go on and on. I don't need to go into the whole thing because we both have discussions about it.
And I would disagree with you a little.
It's so. I mean, we are generally there is a major divide. And it's getting so out of hand, but at the same time, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but but also there are people. The reverse is true. So you also have people like David Duke, who is extremely racist and hates black people, hates Jews, right? So that's why this is a very nuanced thing, and it's going to take time for people to process. And we should have a real discussion about what is white privilege.
But we all should, I mean, and then you've got other things like ableism, you know, like people, you know, just like what we were talking about yesterday in the lobby. And there are some people that react and say things like, well, you know, how dare you do that to me? How dare you be rude? And I'm mentioning somebody in particular.
Right.
I get where she's coming from. At the same time, you got to be willing to work with people. Yes,
but remember this about that person who's a little bit older.
Yeah.
Okay. We were alive.
Yeah.
When it was common for people with disabilities when it was still legal for people with disabilities to be sterilized. But she probably actively remembers a time when that was the case. Now, that doesn't mean that she was. Yeah. But there was a time in this country where that was...
Was it only in Oregon?
No. There were laws all against the country. I was talking to a buddy of mine from Georgia this week, and he said that those laws were on the books until the late 80s there, too.
That's insane.
So, Even if that never happened to her, it was allowed legally back then.
Yeah.
And it's still allowed legally to pay people with disabilities under minimum wage in this country.
Yeah.
Let me repeat that. It's still allowed in this country to pay somebody with a disability less than minimum wage under the law. So... do I think that maybe she's a little bit more intense than I am? Yes, but you also got to look at where somebody's coming from and maybe their life experience. And if I grew up in an environment where you could just be sterilized and you don't have to be paid as much, and every time somebody portrays you in a movie, it's a joke by somebody who doesn't even have that disability.
Yeah.
I could see why some people are more militant than I am.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, it's like, yes, I get that. I get the intensity and the passion she has, and yeah, this person has. But at the same time, it's, you know, sometimes you kind of have to meet people halfway.
Yeah, in a sense, as I get older, I'm slowly realizing that forgiveness is a good thing for myself, but also for the people around me, because we're born not knowing what to do in a society where things are really confusing. And it's tough being a human. No matter who you are, it ain't easy, right?
No.
So we're going to get some stuff wrong. And I've been really thinking a lot recently about what is forgiveness. Again, for myself and for the people around me who've done me wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't have any clear-cut answers, but I lean more towards the direction of forgiveness now than I have at any point in my life.
Ooh,
now, ask me 2 weeks later, I might just be like, fuck everybody. Except for Alana.
Oh my...
Forgive Alana. The two of us. FIFA. Fuck everybody except Alana. And I know that's more words than FIFA.
What is okay?
Then I guess FE. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm dyslexic. Okay, here's what the FIFA stands for. Fuck everybody, forgive Alana.
Well, all I can say about forgiveness, and I've been thinking about this too as I got older.
Yeah.
It isn't just for you, but it's for the other person as well, because it doesn't mean, and I've always believed that it doesn't mean that you're excusing what the person did, but you're letting go of an event that has happened to you, and you're not holding it against somebody else. So some people have described it as opening the door for someone who's in prison, letting somebody out of prison, because not only are they in prison, but you're also letting that thing imprison you.
Yeah. I'm going to say a couple things, and they're going to sound very contradictory.
Yeah.
Before we completely shit on the Dalai Lama.
Yeah. It's just
I know.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is a good thing.
Yeah.
I know it's tough, and not everybody can do it. And one of the things I like about some forms of Buddhism is a lot of people will say in Buddhism, the ideal is to forgive. Yes, forgive if you can. Forgive everybody who's ever done you wrong. That's the best thing you can do. But if you're not at that place, then maybe you should meditate about it. But if you can't meditate about it, then maybe you should just not try to think of that person. If you can't try to think about that, if you can't not think about that person, then do this. So I like that there are people out there who give alternatives, because forgiveness is the ideal, but it's not always realistic, depending on where you are in your life. So there are other things you can do. What I would say then, and I know I'm rambling, strive for forgiveness, but also forgive yourself if you're unable to practice forgiveness for others right now. Does that make any sense?
I think so.
Yes. And with that said, let's shit on the Dalai Lama.
Okay, everybody poop.
Oh my goodness. Forget the toilet people. Pretend that this is George Santos and that you're not allowed toilet paper. I have a lot of friends who are into meditation. And, well, let me back up.
Okay.
I'm on Clubhouse the other day. I see a room and it's titled something like Breaking News, Dalai Lama asks a kid to suck his tongue.
I didn't realize that's what he said until I heard the clip again, and it was very disturbing.
I thought this was some weird conspiracy theory. There's no way it's true.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube rather. Turns out it's true. Now, I'm a blind guy. I could see that the Dalai Lama was sticking out his tongue, and the kid was getting pretty close to him. And the kid looks like he's around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if the kid actually sucked his tongue or not. But again, they looked very close. Dalai Lama apparently apologized on Twitter. The next day, a friend of mine who's really into mindfulness and meditation reaches out to me and says something to the effect of, I didn't realize that the Dalai Lama was this much of a creep.
Yeah.
Now,
That's gross.
I'm going to say something that's going to sound weird, but go with me for a second.
Yeah.
The thing that to me is more offensive than him asking a kid to suck his tongue.
Yeah.
Is that he did it in public.
I know. It's disgusting.
Because the reason that's more offensive than the actual question and sticking out his tongue, in my mind, it's because it leads me to wonder, if you're so comfortable with this type of behavior that you're doing it in public,
they're probably doing it in private.
What are you doing that's even worse behind the scenes?
Exactly. And the show I was watching, the guy that played the clip, he said, I bet you most likely he's doing some kind of weird stuff in private.
We don't know that for sure, but it's not that far of a stretch to assume that.
It's a definite speculation for sure. Like people are speculating, like, why would he do this in public? Maybe he's doing it in private.
Yeah.
And that's a good question to ask, and I hope it isn't true, but that's just really disturbing and disgusting.
It is.
I've heard that there are people that have molested children and they manage to do it in public, even though the parents or the relatives were there, but they did it in such a way to where they couldn't tell.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And that's disgusting.
That's above my pay grade.
If they can do it in public, they most likely would do that in private. But we don't know. I'm hoping it's not true. But that's just, you just don't do that in public.
No. And people look up to the Dalai Lama. Until, recently, he was a very, very, very respected person in certain circles.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who respected him. I've gone to meditation centers where people talk about him.
Right.
In high regard. Right?
Yeah.
So it's disturbing. There's no other way around it. And here's the thing. Some people try to make an argument, well, we don't know that this isn't a cultural thing. However, if it was, don't you think there would be a lot more Tibetan Buddhists who would come out and say this is part of our culture?
I know.
And would be defending him on TV?
Yeah, I know some cultures practice really weird, rituals.
Yep.
But that is just, that should be a universal no-no. To do that to a child in public.
Mm-hmm.
To ask a child to do that in public. That should be a universal no-no.
Exactly.
You just don't do that. You just don't do that to children and expect to get away with it.
No.
No.
So,
not at all.
It's unfortunate. That doesn't mean that I won't read a book from the Dalai Lama, because he might have some wisdom on other things. But what it does mean is it's always going to be in the back of my mind that you might be a creep, meaning him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another creep, babes.
Uh-oh.
Have you heard of this man named Donald Lemon from CNN?
Yes, I have. He's also been called Don Lemon or Don Lemon, one of the weirdest and, I guess, stupidest. People have said that he's like the stupidest man on CNN.
Well, I don't know because I don't watch CNN. It's possible.
I heard about a very disturbing incident that happened in a bar between him and some guy.
Again, I can't contest to that, but reports have been coming out that this guy is super toxic to work with.
Yep.
Apparently, a colleague back in the day got an assignment to go to Iraq.
Yeah.
And Don Lemon was so upset that he bought a burner phone and started texting this colleague.
Wow.
Saying that you're going to pay for this.
Really?
Yeah. They talked about it on TYT, I think, a week or so ago.
Yeah.
But I just forgot to bring it up here.
Wow.
And there's other stuff too. Like, apparently he said that he won some lawsuits, so he's rich even without the CNN gig.
Wow. He shouldn't be on CNN then. If he's that rich.
He sounds like a very toxic person. And I only mentioned that because I came into my mind when we were talking about the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. Well, I didn't know about TYT, but I know that I've been hearing some very disparaging things about Don Lemon.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Don Lemon.
Yes.
He needs to leave.
I guess so.
Well, if he's rich already, why does he need an extra gig?
I don't know, babes. Maybe he just likes the power. A lot of people are into that.
Guess, but I don't listen to Don Lemon enough, but I know enough. I've heard clips of him where I think he's a nutcase. I really do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think, babes, that the 24-hour news cycle is really toxic. It's starting to. I've thought that for a while.
Yeah.
But I guess where I'm starting to evolve is maybe we shouldn't have any 24-hour news stations as far as cable goes.
Like CNN and all that?
Get rid of CNN, Fox, OWN, and MSNBC. Because they're not helping the country.
Well, OWN is very independent. Not a lot of people... I don't know what the... I think Fox needs to go because it's gotten very established. OWN is not established. I don't know... I don't know what the percentage of conservatives are watching it, but I'm sure it's quite a number of it. But they're not established.
I heard that they're partially owned by AT&T.
Oh, well, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know enough about Owen to concur with you on that one.
Oh, you know what I heard about Rupert Murdoch?
What about Rupert Murdoch?
You know how he was married to Jerry Hall until like last year, and now he's engaged to somebody else?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Do you know how he broke up with Jerry Hall?
How?
He texted her saying, "I think it's time for our marriage to end.
Wow.
And we're gonna, wrap this marriage up."
So not only was she cheated on by Mick Jagger,
yep,
but she was asked to get a divorce from Rupert. Wow.
Exactly.
Rupert
Through
Murdoch.
text.
That's very... I've been hearing about people breaking up with people via text, and I'm like, that's so impersonal.
Especially if you're married to a person.
I know. It's so impersonal. Like, I've heard of people finding out that their husband wanted to get divorced, like, via email or, like, their banker called them, or their divorce attorney said, oh, by the way, your husband wants a divorce from you. Yeah. It's so impersonal.
There was some big story. I want to say it was in Vanity Fair, and they were reading excerpts of it on TYT about Murdoch and his family. And apparently he likes to pit his kids against each other in board meetings.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. So if there's any consolation to having an evil person like Rupert Murdoch in the world, it's knowing that he's probably unhappy too if he's willing to make his kids fight each other. And break up with his wife over a text.
I heard of boyfriends and girlfriends like texting that they're going to break up with each other. And I think that's just the most impersonal thing. I found out through, on the phone that somebody wanted to break up with me a couple of times. And I would rather either hear it on the phone or break up in person. Because at least I know where they're coming from instead of via text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's very impersonal.
Oh.
To me.
Yes.
Yeah, but anywho.
Yeah, I want to return to Dutch ovens for just a second. And then we're going to return to the concert.
Oh, by the way.
What's up?
Can you make pies in a Dutch oven?
I haven't, but I imagine you could.
Like a Dutch apple pie?
Yes.
In a Dutch oven?
I imagine you could, yes.
Okay.
So we've established that I'm looking for one, and I see a lot of reviews that are within the last couple months. Mm-hmm. And my mind goes to, how do I know that this was written by a person versus some AI like ChatGPT?
Yeah. Actually, it's GPT.
GPT, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that kind of freaked me out. Like, I don't know. I don't know who to trust when it comes to reviews anymore. Well, I guess America's Test Kitchen and Brian from YouTube.
Brian.
Yes. I'll trust Brian.
Brian.
We barely talked about Dustbowl Revival.
I know, we should.
The place gets packed.
Yeah. It's very hot in there.
There's an opening act. We're dancing. Some lady, taps me on the shoulder, and she's like, "It's getting packed in here." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." And then that was our interaction.
She taps you on the shoulder, not me. Oh, and then two people shared the same birthday with me.
The drummer of Sway Wild and a lady who was there with her friends that you heard her laugh before the actual concert started.
Yeah, and she was wishing her friend a happy birthday.
Yeah.
And it was funny because the people in Sway Wild was like, "Hey, sing happy birthday to so and so." I guess his name is Dave. Mm-hmm. And we were singing happy birthday, but I when I was saying happy birthday, I didn't say Dave. I said happy birthday, dear me, and you said deal, yeah, well. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sing happy birthday to some guy I don't know, and this is my birthday. No. And I shared that, he's like, welcome to my party. I'm like, it's mine too.
It's mine too.
It's mine too. You can't have all the fun. And then I remember they're saying, oh yeah, we'll give you, we'll feed you with some cake afterwards, but buy the merchandise. I'm like, I'm not going to buy the merchandise just to get cake.
Yeah, and how do I know that the cake wasn't made by a cis white male?
She said his mom ordered the cake.
Oh, nice.
But I'm like, no, I already have cake at home and ice cream. And it's a cake that I actually like. What if the cake is really not good? I don't know. Usually birthday cakes are pretty good depending on what it is.
Mm-hmm. Then Dustbowl Revival comes on and they rock the house.
They did, and especially when they did an encore. Their songs were great. They had a small brass section. I think it was just a trombone and a trumpet. They actually called the members of Sway Wild to sing with them on a song.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I did like that Sway Wild did "Got to Get You Into My Life," and that was a Beatles cover.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth, Wind and Fire did a version of it, which is good too. And then I think Dustbowl Revival did a Taylor Swift song that I was not familiar with.
I wasn't either, but they shouted her out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. But the coolest thing that I think you would agree with is when they did their encore, they got off the stage and they stood in the middle of the venue.
Absolutely. We all kind of formed a circle. The lead singer was maybe 10 feet away from us.
10 to 20 feet, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Let's say 15 feet.
Yeah.
It was super cool. They played a lot of great songs. I wish they would have played Fix You and Josephine, but it was still a great show. They played Busted, which is a great song.
Oh, and then that was really funny, and I don't think you caught this, but when they're like, oh yeah, we're going to play some festivals in England this summer, and we got together with some friends in England, and we went to their flat, and we were throwing out ideas, and they were throwing out ideas, and this is what we came up with, and they did a version of "Oh Darling" by the Beatles.
Yeah, great song.
I thought it was great. I thought that was great. Like, oh, okay.
I really like, too, how that one guy was saying, you know, we see our Spotify list and then most people only listen to the first couple songs on the album.
But listen to the last song.
Listen to the last song first, because oftentimes bands will put songs that they're a little bit afraid of, so they try to hide it as making it the last track on an album.
Yeah.
That really appealed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did like that they mentioned, well, when everything was shut down during the pandemic, whatever, this is what the kind of music that we came up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the scamdemic, as we call it.
Well, I think it was a scam, but no, I really do.
But
I really do.
In any event, they played the last song from their 2020 album. After he made that, statement about, listen to the last song on the album.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. I think they played for a little over an hour.
Yeah, they definitely had a longer set than Sway Wild.
And they came on around 8, Sway Wild did.
And I think they may have gotten on there, like, what is it, like 8, 9, or like close to 9?
Little bit earlier.
A little bit earlier than 9. Yeah, so it may have been an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was really good.
Well, what time did we get home?
We got home like after 11.
Oh, okay. So
we left like maybe about 10:30, close to 10.
Oh, wow.
11.
Dustbowl Revival might have been like an hour and a half. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
They gave a very good set.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was a really good set. Mm. Yeah.
Afterwards, there was a bunch of people, but we got out easily. Again, we talked to that one security guard.
Yeah.
Ordered a lift.
Yep.
Got inside. And got a ride from this guy. He's telling us these crazy stories about how, obviously I'm going to ask, what are some of the crazy stories from being a Lyft driver? This one girl came in and she was dating one of the guys in the back seat, and the guy really wanted to have anal with her.
No, that's a different girl.
What do you mean a different girl?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Like he did want to do that with her, and then there was and he was trying to convince her. And she's like, I don't know. And
the driver said, hey, turnabout is fair play. So if he has anal with you, you get to stick stuff up, his rectum.
You get to do stuff to him. But he didn't specify. Mm-hmm. And then the other girl and her boyfriend were in the back, and she kept ripping on this guy and slapping him in the face.
Yeah, they're going to the airport
They're going to the airport, and they're like, oh, please don't do that. Don't slap each other. You can yell as much as you want, just don't slap each other.
Oh, real quickly, let's talk about anal sex.
Why?
As you know,
why?
I don't really dig anal sex. I had it once in high school, and it wasn't really my thing. So I'm not going to ask you for anal sex because obviously I'm not into it.
I wouldn't.
Okay, but here's my question.
Right.
Not going to ask for it. Not interested in it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make the cheap joke that just came into my head.
Yeah.
Even though it's very funny. But my question is, how many guys have asked you to have oral sex? I mean, no. Because I have, but no. How many guys have asked you to have anal sex? I'm dyslexic.
Nobody.
No man has ever asked you for anal sex.
No, and I wouldn't do it.
I know, but I'm wondering how many have asked you for it.
Okay, maybe they didn't ask me, but it was implied that they wanted to do something like
How
that.
many guys have implied that they wanted anal sex?
2.
Okay.
2 that I know of.
Number 2.
But I don't know why. I don't know why, and it sounds really painful. I don't know why, and this is just my opinion, okay?
Go ahead.
I don't know why a woman would want any man to inflict it on her. I understand that some women are into weird stuff, but it sounds really, really painful.
Oh.
And in fact, somebody almost came close to doing that, but I wasn't going to let them.
Oh.
And I would rather forget that in my head, and I'm not even going to go into detail about how that could have happened, but it was just like, that just sounds painful to me.
Yes.
And to me, that sounds more like sodomy than anything.
I don't know about that. But what I will say is it's not really my jam, so you don't have to worry about me asking.
Yeah, it sounds very painful.
From my experience, being the man, sticking it in, it was more smelly than anything else.
Ew. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine it was. I would imagine. Ew, gross. It's gross.
I was with a friend, babes.
Yeah.
One of my friends.
Before we met, or?
Yes.
Okay.
And he had anal sex with his girlfriend a lot. And, I told him my whole story about how it's not my thing. I tried it, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I said, but, the one thing I could see where maybe it would be fun is if you got to do ass to mouth. And he says, I've asked my girlfriend that, but she says that because it's possible she might, get a disease from eating her own shit, that she doesn't want to do it. So I'm like, oh.
I think that's gross.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that either.
I know. I know. But that's the one way I might be able to get talked into giving a girl anal these days. But since you're not interested in it, no. I ain't gonna push it. It's not that.
No, and when you think about it, stuff comes out of there, and stuff that you shouldn't be eating. If she doesn't clean up, that's gross. Oh. I'm sorry. It just disgusts me to think about that.
Well, I love you, babes.
But like I said, some guys and girls are into the weirdest things.
That's right.
It's not my thing.
Oh.
It's gross. By the way, anyone who knows me, don't listen to this episode. It's kind of
well, you said that like an hour and 45 minutes ago.
I already know how I feel about it. Well, people will know how I feel about that.
Oh, and anybody who knows me, you know that I'm just putting on an act. I don't swear in real life. What, babes?
Bubs, come on. Everybody knows you do.
I watch... What? My idea? Hold on, babes.
Ow,
babes.
ow.
You try...
Your elbow hurts.
Oh, sorry, babes.
And you hurt my hand.
Oh, sorry, babes. I love your hand. Anybody who knows me knows that, to me, a really, really raunchy show is like the Care Bears.
Bubs!
So...
You stop it now.
I'm mocking. No, I'm wholesome boy.
No, you're not wholesome boy.
I'm wholesome boy,
no,
babe.
You're not wholesome boy.
I'm wholesome boy.
You don't even know.
Kiss the wholesome boy.
Hey, Bubs, you don't even know what family entertainment is, and I had to explain it to you.
Oh, the Care Bears are so.
Bubs.
Give me a kiss.
No.
Give your wholesome boy a kiss.
No, you're not wholesome. You'll pretend that you're wholesome.
Oh, give me a kiss.
Bubs. Stop it!
I was just reading from the script that you gave me before we started.
I didn't give you any script.
Okay, wait. Oh my goodness.
You're the one who started it.
I was joking, guys. Okay. Come back, talk for a while, go to sleep, and you had a dream.
It was a weird dream.
Tell me.
So I was listening to one of my songs that I have on my likes list from Amazon Music, and which I think is really good. It's getting really big now. And I was listening to a song called Foolish Beat by Debbie Gibson because I like that song.
Mm-hmm.
But it was odd because the saxophone sounded like it was cutting out. The music sounded like it was cutting out. It didn't have like a staticky sound, but it was like, wait a minute, I can't hear the saxophone very clearly. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I'm like, oh no, is this what's happening to my music? That's the weirdest thing ever.
And when we were talking this morning, I said it kind of sounds like when you have a pair of headphones that are a little bit damaged.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I did not sleep at all I did not dream at all last night. I did sleep. And I slept pretty good.
Yes, I did too. I was really tired.
Yeah, real tired.
I was a little bit tired when we got back earlier.
Yeah.
And I was very tempted to go to sleep, but I didn't. I'm glad I didn't.
I'm glad you didn't either. We wouldn't have recorded.
We wouldn't have recorded. We wouldn't have gone to dinner. Mm-hmm. I would have been too tired to go to dinner.
Good stuff, babes.
And you would have wasted your tickets, our tickets.
Oh, I would not have been happy with that.
No, but I want to do something on my birthday, and I want to do something on my birthday with you.
Thank you there, Jaylo.
So this was a really fun. There was a really fun birthday yesterday.
Cool.
And I normally don't go to concerts on my birthday because they usually don't happen on my birthday. But this is cool.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Well, babes.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
No.
So we wrap it up?
Yes. Well, we also have to. But I also want to remind you that we also need to look at buffets too.
Yes, but we also need to look at that chocolate cake because I think there's enough for us to have some now and after dinner.
Ooh.
Yes.
With ice cream.
Yes. So maybe that should be the top priority.
Yeah, because we didn't get to have it when we got home.
Yeah. That's you when you were 12. All right, babes.
Okay.
I love you. All right, babes.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my goodness.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.